You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's go. So, why is it important for a man to be on his purpose?
Well, it's important for a man to be on his purpose because it gives him a purpose. So he's out there making moves, keeping himself busy, and being productive, and being a good contributor to society. And yeah, I mean, being a lot of things come into play when it comes to a man being on his purpose, because a man being on his purpose has a lot of benefits to society. So it's very important that men stay on their purpose and know their purpose and know their role in society, so they can be better contributors to society, and also to do well for themselves in their own lives, and to support the ones around them, like their loved ones, family, extended family, friends, things like that.
Okay, great. Let us get right into the next question that I personally find very interesting. What kind of qualities does a woman have to have in order to be supportive during a man's mission?
Well, first and foremost, the woman has to be nurturing. The woman has to be supportive to the man, support him in any way possible that she can. She can also provide a peaceful household, a quiet household, somewhere where he can come and relax and wind down after dealing with all the stress that he has to deal with out there in the real world. She has to be cooperative, agreeable, friendly, and submissive, but only submit to the man who can provide you leadership in a time of crises, like when you have a situation going on and you may want to go to the man for guidance. Just make sure he's an upright dude. He's a stand-up dude.
But how
So he
is a
can.
woman supposed to make sure that a man is an upright man?
Okay, well, she would have to go through a process of vetting this man. Just don't jump into a relationship and be like, okay, this is my man. Vet him, whatever, however you want to go through the vetting process. And it's very simple, because the longer you spend with somebody, and it's important to live with somebody too. Make sure you live with that person. Living with a person is very important when it comes to the vetting process. So,
Why do you say that?
because you really get to see who that person truly is, because a person can only hide who they are but for so long. But when you live with them, everything comes out from the darkness into the light. So the vetting process is extremely important. I'm not saying that women should submit just to any man. Submit to the right man who can provide you leadership when times get tough.
But I believe that that's like a very hard topic, because a lot of women don't want to submit. They feel as though having to submit to a man is offensive to them. They see that as a sign of weakness, because they automatically think the man is here and the woman is here, which makes them feel some type of way. That's why you have so many women out there who are, with their elbows out, talking about the career they have, talking about the money that they make, because they always feel like they have to prove themselves to the man, when the man is not even looking for any type of, those things that these women want to prove themselves with. Why do you think it is such a hard task for a woman to submit to a man nowadays?
Well, it's really not hard. It all depends on how the woman was raised. What did her mother teach her? What did her father teach her? And what kind of culture she was raised in? That basically says everything about the type of woman who's actually going to adhere to a man's instructions. So,
right.
Unfortunately, over here in the West, women have a lot of options. They can go get a job. They can do this. They can do that. But whatever these women are doing for themselves, they're under the impression like, okay, I can be my own boss. I don't have to follow nobody's lead. And that's completely wrong, because all that stuff at the end of the day, all those accolades does not mean that you can make good decisions, like critical decisions when it comes to removing your emotions and thinking logically. Men are the best at that. So that's the problem here in the West. Women have been empowered, but they're taking advantage of that power.
Right.
Only to a certain extent. But what can I say?
So why do you think it's such an issue for some ladies in America to submit to a man? Like, because over here in my culture, where we come from, it happens more often than some women in like these westernized countries. Why do you think that is?
Well, one of the main reasons is that I would say over the last almost 100 years or so, even before that,
Mm-hmm.
feminism has basically sold women a dream as far as, okay, you can go out and you can be on a man's level. No, you as a woman can never be on a man's level because we are different. We don't operate the same. Men is supposed to control all the hardships in life. When things get tough, women is supposed to do the nurturing. When the roles is reversed, then you have chaos. I mean, other cultures around the world, they understand this. They understand this very well. I mean, that's why you have men who want to leave the country and go and try to find a wife who's going to get on his program. But when you have a woman who sees it as offensive, as far as a woman getting on a man's program, like, oh, I'm your slave and I'm not going to be your doormat. It has nothing to do with being a slave or being somebody's doormat. It's about nature. It's our natural roles as human beings. The man leads, the woman follows. The man is not over the woman. The woman is not over the man. The man is not better than the woman. The woman is not better than the man. It's just natural roles that we play as a species, as creatures on this planet. And when those roles get distorted, when they get reversed, when you don't follow those roles, you get chaos.
Right, right, for sure. Well, the next question I have that kind of fits into what you have saying. When a man is on his purpose and he has the right mindset, right actions, and everything, and that means he's the provider of the household. Do a man of that relationship have more rights than a woman when it comes to the decision making?
Yes, because men on average, we make decisions out of a period of logical thinking. We think about things, we come to a logical conclusion. Women tend to make decisions based on their emotions. And this is well known. This is not my opinion. This is not me attacking anybody. It is what it is, you know? So therefore, when critical decisions is being made within a household, you have to leave that to the person who is more logical, who can take a couple of deep breaths, think about it from every angle, draw a conclusion, which is the best way forward to resolve this issue that we have. And that responsibility should solely be on the man. Now, he can get input from the woman. Okay, she can provide an opinion. Okay, she can help him come to his decision, but the decision making ultimately is for the man.
Right,
Yes.
right. I know nowadays, you know, as far as in relationships, it's kind of hard, especially for a man when he wakes up to the manosphere, when he actually knows his worth as a man in a relationship. Let's take us for an example. We've been in a relationship for a pretty long time. And now that you woke up to this manosphere, what do you think is the hardest thing to make a woman understand when it comes to a man being the man in a relationship and this whole manosphere movement? Is it the man's sexuality? Is it the man's, you know, position in a relationship? Which one you think is going to be like the hardest part of the manosphere for women to understand and accept in a relationship?
I think, well, men are simple. It comes down to respect.
Just,
It's that simple. Men, like, respect is very big when it comes to men. And your woman basically has to respect you. She has to respect you as the authority in the household, and she has to give you basic respect as a human being. You know, that's very important. And I would say to correct that issue, just treat the man in your house like you would talk to your man in the house, like you would talk to your boss at the job. You wouldn't get foul mouth with your boss at the job. You wouldn't do that. If your boss has a job as a man, you will afford your man at home the same level of respect as you afford your boss at the job. You won't raise your voice at your boss. You won't roll your eyes at your boss. You won't have attitude with your boss because he's your boss.
right, right.
Yeah.
Absolutely
It's
true.
that simple. Yeah.
I remember Kevin Samuels used to say the same thing. You know, women need to start respecting their men like they are respecting their bosses. And he said the same exact thing. Like they wouldn't come too late. They wouldn't raise their voices. They wouldn't give them attitude. None of that. None of that.
Nope.
Yeah, right. That's
And
true.
they would be soft spoken.
They would be very soft-spoken.
All the
Yes.
masculinity will go out the window.
Exactly. They would be dressed accordingly. They would say hi, bye, good morning, you know, all of these things. But when it comes to the man in the household, it's like a whole different story. I totally understand that. But yeah, exactly. Somebody's asking a question. Are you a Hebrew Israelite? I don't know how to say that.
Am I a Hebrew Israelite, I'm very familiar with the movement. I wouldn't consider myself a Hebrew Israelite. I don't claim any type of religious faith. Um, I would say when it comes to the Hebrew Israelites, they do make a lot of points as far as what they're talking about, but unfortunately, that's not my area of expertise. So that's all I can say to it. But I do respect what those brothers are saying. I mean, a lot of what they're saying, be making a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm. So since the other topic that I had put out so people could vote on what we wanted to talk about, was the topic American men and European women. I get so many questions about this in my DMs. Can you once again describe how are the dynamics between American men and European women compared to what's going on in America? Because a lot of people want to know this.
From my observation, from my experience, it's unfortunately women in America, they overvalue themselves. They basically are on a pedestal, and you have a lot of 4s, 5s, and 6s running around like they're 8, 9s, and 10s. And at the end of the day, it just doesn't make any sense. When on the other side of the coin, you just get a passport and a plane ticket and you go overseas, and then you have all these, I would say, very nice looking, high quality women, and they're extremely humble. They're extremely down to earth. They don't think they're better than you, and they're very interested in you. And that basically opens, it's, if you're a man and you know the dynamics, it's a very hard pill to swallow because you want that same dignity and respect from women in your home country. But right now we just don't get it. And the reason why is because of feminism. I mean, feminism has a lot to do as far as what's wrong, in America as far as the dating game. Because, you can have whatever you do, your degree, your job. A man who takes care of himself, who respects himself, he's not going to care about none of that.
Right.
It doesn't raise your value in the sexual marketplace. That's the one thing that women have to understand. They'd be like, oh, well, I have this, I have that, so I have to go get a man on my level. No. We don't care about that.
Right.
We judge a woman's level. Her level is judged by her looks.
Right.
That's what we care about. All right.
Yeah.
That's what we care about. And that's just real.
Mm-hmm. Can you give us one of your craziest experiences when it comes to getting attention from a woman or her, communicating with you? What was like the most? Let's put it like this. When did you come to the realization that women are reacting towards you differently than you would get in America?
I would say overall just energy, stares. I mean, you have this phenomena here in America amongst women where they know the power of attention. So it's like if they see you, if they like you, if you're attractive, they'll look away. They'll make it their day job to look away. I mean, I'll tell you a little story. I'm at the cash register. I'm just paying for something. Now, when a woman thinks you're attractive by eye contact. You make eye contact with somebody, but she cannot keep eye contact. I'm just wanting to pay for my food. I'm being nice, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
Just simple things like that. But it's just that energy of just, here you go, all not to give you no attention. Right. Now, on the flip side, in Europe, from my experience, is not like that. They want you to know, like, look, they want to make eye contact with you. So
yeah, they will they will stare at you before you even make eye contact with them.
Yes.
That's a fact. No, there were so many situations where you were like, look, I was here, I was there, and I felt these eyes on me. They will literally do anything they can in order to make you know and realize, okay, wait a minute, I am interested in you. What's up? What's good? What's popping? I'm doing anything, I mean, it happened to you at the gym. It happens to you at the club. It happens to you at the freaking bus stop. So guys out there in America, I know you hear me talking about this topic all of the time when I'm like, look, women over here in Europe, they want American guys. I mean, you have my husband right here. He will tell you what he has experienced. I mean, let's take, for instance, the experience you had at the club when you went out on New Year's Eve, I think that was, and this lady, did she give you drinks for free? just because of the simple fact that you was this Black American guy at the club?
Yeah, it was me and my little brother. My little brother had came to visit me in Germany. Shout out to my little brother. No, we was just two regular guys, two regular Americans, and it was this one dude who was associated with the club. I guess he worked there. He was cool with the owner, whatever. Man, he was treating us like we were rappers. Gave us free passes to get him the next day. We went the next day. He come through with drinks and everything. I'm like, bro, we are not like high class like rappers, man. I mean, he was just basically giving us a superstar treatment, all on the strength that we were just Black American men. Nothing more, nothing less. He seen us. He knew exactly who we were. We didn't even have to open our mouths. He seen the way we looked, our swag. He was on us. He was like, you dudes is getting in for free. Here's some free drinks. What do y'all need?
Coming from
so,
a man. And tell him about the bartenders. How did the bartenders react towards you?
Let's just say the ladies, certain women in Europe, they really love American men, and they really love our accent. They just want to hear us talk. They just want to hear us talk.
Right, they just want to hear us talk. Come on with the BS. Yeah. Come on with the BS. Right.
Well, you know what I'm saying, but from my experience, like, we're exotic to them. Like, you know, they're over there dealing with their men, and then you have this guy who's 3,700 miles across the Atlantic with a whole different demeanor, accent, the way we talk, the way we carry ourselves. We're exotic to them, and they show that. So as far as that experience I had with the bartender, you know, I speak a little German or whatever, and I'm talking to her, and I'm just asking for a bottle of water in German, in the German language. I'm like, may I have a bottle of water? She ain't say anything. I asked her again. She ain't say anything. Mind you, she's staring into my soul, in my eyes with this, like, wow, like looking at me like.
Like she's seen a ghost. Like, it's an American.
Yeah. Like, wow. And then I was like, okay. So I asked her in English, and that's when she reacted. She ain't, mind you, this woman speaks perfect German. She ain't want no parts of the German language. She wanted to talk to me in English, and that right there, just it's mind blowing. And it's basically it's like over here, I can be damn near invisible, you know. And I'm very aware of my SMV, and I'm invisible, you know. But over in Europe, I would say your SMV is appreciated. They appreciate your SMV more. They treat you according to your SMV. Over here, your SMV really doesn't matter when you have a woman who overvalues herself, because the moment you're dealing with a woman who overvalues herself, she automatically sees you as beneath her, just because she has a vagina and whatever she's been taught. And that's not right. You shouldn't treat dudes like that. That's not cool.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you. I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just going through the comments real quick. African Americans are appreciated overseas because of media, my guy. That's it. Do you agree with that statement?
Because of what?
African Americans are appreciated overseas because of media.
Media? Well, of course, you know, media plays a role, but no, it's sexual marketplace value is SMV, because there's tons of Black men over in Europe. You have a lot of African brothers; those are our brothers. There's tons of them over in Europe, but you have certain women in Europe that, okay, they like Black men, but they only like Black American men. So it's not just, okay, well, the media is promoting us. Because, yeah, the media promotes us, but you have to understand, like, we're Black American men. We're looked at somewhat in a bad light when it comes to, you know, media around the world or whatever. Oh, are you a gangster, blah, 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 you know, do you sell drugs and all this other stuff. So people in these other countries, they are well aware of this. But to get back to my man's, what he said, no, bro, that's not true at all. It's all about, yes, you have women who are attracted to Black men. You have the African brothers, but unfortunately, the African brothers will take a quick back seat when the African American men step up into the spot. It's an unfortunate reality. I mean, I've experienced it. I mean, how many times have I been in Germany and my African brothers walking down the street with a German woman, and he sees me like, you're a threat. I'm like, man, come on, bro.
That's a fact. That's a fact. You can only experience that when you live here. That's true. They feel threatened because they know exactly that those women, they're looking for those Black American guys. They really don't want the African, but there are not that many Black American guys out here. That's when I say that when you actually go to a location where you have a lot of women and these women know there are American Black guys, the competition is on level 10. Because you would have like 5 American guys, you would have 20 women, and they all want those American guys. And everybody else in the club, who would get all the attention when American guys are not there, everybody's mad as shit. Because like Mark just said, they're going to have to sit in the back seat now and watch all the women being taken. The thing about it is, those American men don't even do anything. They just exist. The women come to them, right or wrong.
Right, and I had look, I have nothing against my African brothers. Those are my brothers, but they really need to ease up on that. I mean, we're both Black men at the end of the day. Women are going to be women. Don't take offense to it, bro. You know what I mean? I didn't ask to have my ancestors put on a slave boat and then be brought over here, and you know, the rest is history. You know, we didn't ask for that. You know, so you know, it is what it is. What can I do?
Right. Yeah. Somebody's asking, what area of Germany are you experiencing this? Well, it would be throughout the whole Germany. I mean, it could be in West Germany where I'm located, but it could also be in North Germany or South Germany. It's really countrywide. It's everywhere because you have, you know, women everywhere here in Germany who really are looking for American guys.
In my experience, I would say stick to West Germany. East Germany's cool, but they still love Hitler over there. So you got to be
watch what you say now. This is my account now. Be careful now.
Okay, my bad, man. You know me and free speech.
Right.
Yeah, just you know, when you come to Germany or whatever, Germany's cool. It's a beautiful country, but I would most definitely recommend West Germany. You can have good experiences in East Germany. I'm not saying you can't, but you know, the Berlin Wall only been down for like what, 30-something years,
right?
And
right.
that hostility is, that beef is still there. Excuse me,
right.
That beef is still there. So, I mean, I've had German guys tell me like, yeah, West Germany, like East Germany's way more racist than West Germany. I'm like, it is. He's like, yeah, man, you go over there and blah 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 and all this other stuff. So, I mean, it is what it is. It's Germany at the end of the day. But the whole country is beautiful. I would recommend most definitely travel, but just make sure you spend the majority of your time in West Germany and cities, the big cities in Western Germany, because that's where they get it popping.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. I see it myself. I mean, I see it myself. Not anymore. We don't go out anymore. We don't go to those locations anymore because, you know, now everybody's married. But trust me when I tell you that women who are younger than me, that trend is still ongoing.
Yes.
Most definitely. So it was even going on before me, you know, and it's most definitely going to go on after me. Y'all making Germany hot. I mean, it is true. That's why I always say people are sleeping on Germany. I mean, you tell me, sweetheart, people go to Thailand, people go to Brazil. But isn't it a fact that you have all these women from all these different countries here in Germany? So it would be most definitely easier to come here to Germany and just have a whole pool of selection of women from all these different countries.
Yeah, Germany most definitely has a good selection of women from different ethnicities. That's most definitely the truth, without a shadow of a doubt. Arab, Turkish, Scandinavian, Spanish, you know, from all over the world, African, all over the world. Everybody's in Germany.
Yeah, that's true. And I've always been saying that. But why would they relocate? I don't understand that question.
Why would who relocate?
I don't know. Somebody's asking, why would they relocate? Don't really know. I don't know. Well, yeah, I don't know if anyone else has any questions. I'm just going to look through here real quick if I missed anything. One time a white woman cop called me, sehr hübsch. That's it. But then again, I am a married family man. Well, to everyone, sehr hübsch means very beautiful.
Hübsche, yeah.
Sehr hübsch, yes.
I got called that a lot. Hübsche man.
I mean, I remember when you told me about this lady at your job who was trying to fill on you, and she was a married woman. I'm talking about the German lady at the AFIS who was always trying to, touch you and do all of these things to you.
Yeah. that was weird, man. That was real weird.
Yeah, that's true. Would they come to the US? If you are talking about women wanting to relocate, yes, they would. I'm sure they would. I've been out with my boys and my mans ain't get no play. Sweetheart, why do some Americans not get any play when they are out here in Germany?
Well, you have to understand, you have to go where women are looking for Black American men, and you have to be realistic about your S&V. You have to be realistic about your S&V. If you're ugly, you know, it is what it is. You know, it's unfortunate. You know, that's just what it is. But I would say that German German women has a special place in their heart for handsome Black men. I know that.
I know that myself.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
If you're a handsome Black man, it's like being thrown into a pool of piranhas. They're gonna tear you to shreds.
It's crazy. It is true. So do you kind of regret, sweetheart, being here in Germany, but you're married? Be honest. I'm not going to say nothing.
Do I kind of regret that?
You know, you get all this attention from these women, but you really cannot be out there like that because you're obviously married.
Well, there is no regrets. I mean, of course, you know, I'm a man at the end of the day, but no, I don't have any regrets. I don't have any regrets.
Okay, cool. I was stationed in Nuremberg back in the 80s, and I used to go to a club called the Cameron Club, and I could guarantee what you're saying is true, and I'm Puerto Rican. Thank you so much for confirming. I know a lot of people don't believe what we are saying, but trust me when I tell you it is true. It does happen every single day. Well, yeah. Well, I guess if nobody else has any questions, I would just say we would just, you know, end the live right here. We talked about the topics that we wanted to talk about. I'm going to upload this this video onto YouTube and onto my Instagram. What is this called? I practice ENM. I don't know what that is. It happened for my Brazilian brothers too. Well, okay, Go ahead. What's your question? You have a question? Is anyone trying to sponsor my flight for me and my wife? To find my wife. Yeah, we can start a fun GoFundMe. Yeah.
Well, I would like.
Yeah. Is there anything else that you would like to tell these young gentlemen or even women?
Well, I'm basically speaking to the gentleman. My advice to the gentleman, as far as with this Germany thing, passport bro thing, you know, the phenomenon is real. You know, if you're able to travel and you do want to travel, make sure you evaluate yourself, know where your sexual marketplace value is, because you want to make sure, okay, if I'm going to go over to Germany, is it worth it? You know, don't come over to Germany thinking, oh, I'm a Black American man, and then I'm going to go over there and I'm just going to have all the women. It doesn't work like that. You know, you got to be, I mean, it's better to be handsome, fit, be charismatic, and all that other stuff. But I would say if you feel as though that you're invisible here in America, all is not lost, because there's a big world outside of this country. And, you know, the women over here, they have to understand, like, they don't have a monopoly on, you know, whatever they have in between their legs. You know, they don't have a monopoly on that. And if you don't feel as though you're appreciated here in America, or, you know, wherever you're at, just know that there's more options out there. And also at the same time, be real with yourself, be real with your S&V. Make sure if you're going to buy that plane ticket, if you're going to travel, if you're going to do this and that, make sure you know what you're doing, and be realistic about your expectations.
Okay. Thank you so much. I guess we'll just leave it at that. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you everyone for joining this live. And I'm sure we will be back again. If there's anything else that you guys want to know, just make sure you send me a DM. If there's a particular topic that you want me or my husband to talk about, let us know in our DMs. And other than that, I hope everybody has a great Friday, a better weekend, and just, you know, take care and stay safe. Thank you.
Take it easy,
so much.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.